Number 15. Silent Watcher. What would you do if you woke up to an intruder silently lurking around your home? A woman and her baby were fast asleep in their room in Layton City, Utah, when a man broke into her home in the early hours of the morning. He didn't take anything and may have gone completely unnoticed. That is, if it wasn't for the woman's baby cam recording his every movement while she and her baby slept through the night. Although the doors were locked, the man somehow managed to get into the house and creep around the woman's bedroom in silence, peering over the nearby crib at the woman's 8-month-old son. Being that there were no signs of forced entry, they fear the intruder might not be a stranger, but rather someone who knows their garage code. Sometimes it's not what you don't know that's scary, it's who you know. Number 14. Forest Creature. Two men from northern Georgia are having some fun and celebrating in the forest. They begin to hear screeches coming from the wilderness surrounding them. At first they are concerned, though they brush it off, but it soon becomes apparent that whatever is making these noises is coming closer and closer to them. Soon a figure appears out of the darkness who looks to be covered in red stains. They flee in the other direction, which was certainly the smart thing to do. While most think this is a humanoid creature of some kind, I think it might be a deranged person who is hiding out in the forest. What the? He probably thought these guys were too close to his hideout and gave them a big scare to make sure they never returned. What do you think of this theory? Number 13. Unwanted Guest. What happens when you're away on business and you capture something on camera at home, something that isn't supposed to be there? A homeowner from Cincinnati was tuning into her dog sitter's video update when he spotted a figure skulking behind the sitter. The dogs were bounding joyfully about when the homeowner spotted the lurking shadow and warned his dog sitter to leave immediately. Freaked out by the catch, the homeowner quickly sent his dog sitter the message, "Get out of the house and call 911. The dog sitter, who claims that, to her knowledge, she was alone in the room when she filmed the video, was sending the homeowner an update on his dogs. She didn't appear to notice the figure in the background, which could only be one of two things, an intruder or a ghost. Whether ghost or a living being, when you slow down the video, you can clearly see a male figure walking between two doors at the end of the hallway. What do you think? Intruder, ghost, or lie? You be the judge. Whatever the case, I wouldn't want to see what would have happened next if not for this recording. Number 12. Haunted Swing Set. There's nothing more haunted than something that moves of its own accord, except maybe when it jolts aggressively of its own accord. Submitted to Reddit by Nick4566. This swing in India is not child's play. Nick writes, this was seen in a well-known city of India. The park is closed since a year as a lady took her own life here long back, and the park is not used by children. Watch the swing at the beginning of the clip flinging back and forth on its own. It's a bit unnerving already, but as some in the comments point out, someone might have pushed it before the person began filming. You probably thought that yourself, but watch further. The swing slows halfway through the video only to suddenly jolt back to life. Flinging aggressively back and forth. The leaves in the surrounding trees are barely fluttering, so none of this could be due to wind or nature. It's completely supernatural. Could the spirit of the woman who took her life still be here? And why is she swinging? We may never know. Number 11. Dark of Night. Most of the time, security cameras capture hours and hours of useless footage. Sometimes, however, they capture something like this. Published in September of 2013, YouTuber Rainy Schooler writes, a woman walks out of the darkness on a cold and wet night in the mountains far from a busy road and no immediate neighbors. The security camera is aimed into the wilderness and you can see a tree to the right side of the screen but nothing else. That is until right in the middle of the shot, the figure appears, walks and stops and turns awkwardly. Not turning with her feet but just twisting with her upper body. Then she walks forward again before taking a sharp right turn and veering out of sight. The video moves forward about 45 seconds until the woman is seen winding around the tree and then is spotted back in the middle again, looking off into the wilderness, moving in the same strange start-stop fashion that she was doing before. A different security camera captures the woman walking up towards the house. Out of sight, it's not clear what she did alongside of the home, but she is soon seen again walking haphazardly away and around the same area near the tree in the back. She did this for 10 minutes, the video notes. Many in the comments think this woman must have been on something, but in the middle of nowhere. What do you think? I'm just glad they had security cameras so the homeowners were aware of her activities. Number 10. The doorbell licker. This one is going to make you want to wash your hands and perhaps buy a new doorbell. A 33-year-old man in California was caught on camera licking a doorbell over and over again around 5 in the morning. The homeowners of the doorbell in question were not home at the time, though their children were. Their surveillance system alerted them to movement near their front door, and when they checked the video, this is what they found. Although the footage is only a minute long, this disgustingly creepy behavior reportedly went on for 3 hours. The man was also filmed approaching the neighbor's yard, although it isn't clear if he did anything there. The homeowner, Sylvia Dungan, told KION, "You kinda laugh about it afterwards, because technically he didn't do anything. Nothing but be the creepiest and lick a doorbell for, let me repeat, 3 hours. But Duncan is right. In fact, the suspect may only have faced 2 misdemeanors for his actions, but I would hope, after a strange and disturbing episode, this guy got help. Number 9. Face in the window. Apparently, ghosts like peering out of windows, because here's another creepy phantom showing up when you least expect him. This YouTuber captured this ghostly white figure staring out of the upper window of a nearby brick building. She posted the footage to YouTube in June of 2010, explaining that she took the video on her cell phone while playing on the green. She writes, "We saw a face in the window of a locked room. Kieran, the manager, took us up to look afterwards, but there was nobody there and the room is out of use. Couldn't sleep after I took this." As mentioned, Demi was taking the video of some guys playing catch on the lawn when one of them spotted the figure in the upper window, alerting Demi to the terrifying watcher. She zooms in on the window to catch the pale face of a young boy in the lower left corner. The figure slowly moves out of view. The remainder of the video shows the group climbing the stairs to see who is watching them from the upper room. When they arrive there, it's empty and looks as though it has been for years. There's graffiti on the walls and it appears no one lives there. Many in the comments call the video unsettling, noting that's not how a person moves. Ghost or not, I wouldn't want to run into this boy anywhere, let alone in this room. Number 8. Snapchat ghost. Have you ever wondered if a ghost might appear in your next selfie? Well, this video is evidence that they're all around us, at all times. The girl in the video is using a Snapchat filter, which appears to be capturing a nearby ghost. At least the filter is putting dog ears on a face that doesn't exist. The girl asks the ghost to stick its tongue out for her when she realizes there may be 2 spirits there as 2 dog filters appear in the empty space.
You want to stick your tongue out for me? Because this is pretty... Whoa. Whoa, there's 2 of them.
Throughout the video, one of the dog filters disappears only to reappear in a different place. The girl tells the spirits they are welcome there and just to clean up after themselves. Then the bigger ghost moves closer. She asks if it's going to stick its tongue out at her, only to have the dog disappear again. And then...
Are you just going to, no? Okay. Are you gone? Are you gonna come back?
That was a jump scare if I've ever saw one. Are these friendly ghosts or villainous pranksters? Your guess is as good as mine. All I can say for sure is that something suspicious is happening here. Number 7, real ghost? Nothing like an old village to cruise for some ghosts. Published in September of 2015, this footage purportedly shows a ghost near some old village homes. It's unclear where this video was shot, so it could be any old village anywhere in the world. Let's explore it. The clip takes in the surrounding area of these homes. Nothing appears out of place, although the homes seem to be abandoned. The camera follows some birds on a roof before panning down to capture some ants on the ground. The shot pulls up from the grass and mud and pans around the area. That's when you see it. Too quick to make out any details, an apparition in all black appears on screen for a brief moment, standing off in the distance on some pavement. The figure is still as the shot moves around. What is this? Do you think it's a ghost too? That's at least what the uploader claims. Many have debated whether it is or not, and with no other footage, it will most likely remain a mystery for the foreseeable future. Number 6, the meetup. Fox 25 News caught a strange meetup while reporting from the scene on a snowy street corner in New York. In the footage, as the reporter happily gives his weather report to 2 studio news anchors, he is completely oblivious to what is going on behind him. In fact, 2 men in the background of the frame appear to be exchanging something. They approach each other in a snowy field behind the newsmen, one handing off something while the other guy puts it in his pocket, exchanging money as the other counts it. After the price is right, they walk in opposite directions. While we probably know what they were exchanging, there's no guarantee that it wasn't something more nefarious like poison perhaps. All I'm saying is it would have been quite creepy to find out someone who one of these people know passed away a few days later without realizing the original meetup happened for the whole world to see. Number 5, baby monitor ghost. Looking into your baby monitor, you expect to see a sweet sleeping baby. But what this father spotted on video will send chills up your spine. In the background of his infant's room, one father spotted something unnerving, a ghostly figure lurking beyond. While the baby and his mother were upstairs, the father was downstairs in their house in Ireland, fiddling with the new baby monitor, attempting to capture footage of both the mother and baby. That's when he saw it. A figure's eerie head peering out from the bathroom door connected to the baby's room. He bolted upstairs to capture the figure in person, filming around the bathroom and bedroom in search of whatever it might be, while his wife reacted in surprise, but the man found no one. People were all over the comments, insisting when you pause the video at the place where the figure peeks out, you can see the clear outline of a demon's face. What do you think? Demon or not, I certainly see what they're talking about. Number 4, aggressive ghost. Another creepy ghost baby monitor combo, only this time the ghost is much fiercer. After watching this video shared by a mother and father claiming to have captured a ghost on nanny cam, you might be wary of leaving your child alone. Joshua Higgins and Heather Barrow posted this footage, which was captured in Highland, Michigan. The clip shows a gray figure passing by their daughter Lily's crib when suddenly the figure appears to scratch their daughter's cheek. The parents say the room was empty at the time. Josh recounted the event to station WXYZ, saying, "It was chilling. It was literally a chill down your spine, like that what if factor. Is this what I just saw?" Heather said that her reaction was to freak out, race upstairs and protect her daughter, adding that Lily appeared to see something that they didn't. Heather also claims that the spirit has been aggressive towards them as well, stating that she woke up one morning to the feeling of someone's hands around her neck. She fears that the spirit could bring them more harm. While they save to move someplace less haunted, the family has all been sleeping in one room. They've also called paranormal investigators. Higgins said that the original homeowner took her own life in the house by jumping out of a window. The spirit they believe might be his. Definitely worth considering. But what in the world does he have against this sweet little baby? Number 3. Music video ghost. Music videos often have any number of extras, but what happens when there's an extra who just so happens to be supernatural? The Australian band Wildland filmed a music video in Glen Davis in New South Wales, a deserted and isolated mining town, and when they watched the footage later, they found exactly that. After all, what would you expect from a ghost town? In the background, a figure that wasn't supposed to be there is seen wearing a hat and all black, leaning on a beam of concrete. The creepiest thing about this extra, no face. The ghost appears around 2.5 minutes into the finished music video as the band strolls through the desolate scene while playing. The thing is, there were no extras for this video shoot. The band and the film crew were the only ones on set, and Glen Davis isn't a hopping place. As mentioned, the area is abandoned. Tourists sometimes visit, but being that a storm was rolling in at the time, and the crew were sure to clear the area for filming, nobody else was there. Moreover, during the take, the band, director, and crew insist no one was in the shot. It was only after the footage was reviewed that the figure was captured. What's more is the creepy history of Glen Davis. Considering the many passings in the facility, it could very well be haunted. With high-risk equipment and long work days, there was a large number of passings in the area, including some who straight up lost their heads. Some passings were also caused by fires erupting in Glen Davis from faulty machinery. Whether this is the spirit of one of the many people who passed away in Glen Davis, the ghostly apparition certainly makes for a haunting video. Number 2. Jailbird ghost. Oftentimes, creepy things happen when you least expect it, but it's a rarity when you capture that moment on video. In this video's description, the uploader Junked Up Kitten notes that the footage was simply meant to be the crew fooling around, but instead they captured footage in the old county jail that once you see it, you can't unsee it. The uploader explains that the building manager of this defunct jail was friends of his father, so he let the boys film for nearly 6 hours. The group just wanted to fool around in there. They never imagined they'd catch anything spooky, and that's when things got real. We had no intention of actually looking for ghosts. We were just being dumb kids, the uploader writes. However, when we were editing our spoof, we found this face in the window. Only the 3 boys, the uploader and his 2 friends were on site when the footage was captured. His friends were sitting at the booking desk while the uploader is in frame, oblivious to the man's face behind him, with a mouth wide open as though it's yelling. The spooky image appears to be in a holding cell window, holding cells that were locked at the time, as they were used for storage. When the boy's face crosses the window's path, the screaming image slowly vanishes. Could it be a man now secretly living in the building? Maybe, or possibly some psycho spirit haunting his former holding cell. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1. Egyptian pharmacy ghost. Ever wondered what goes on in a pharmacy late at night? Well, apparently it's wilder than you think. Egyptoon published this creepy video in January of 2015. It's footage that will make you swear off pharmacies for a good long while. The green hue and flashing monitor on the desk are spooky enough to set the scene. Then the action begins. A white chair in the office starts to move all of its own accord, jerking to the left, then being lifted right up into the air before landing back down on the floor. It pulls slowly to the right, then yanks to the left again. A little later, something gaseous spurts out below, leaving black marks in the footage. Some in the comments of the video say this footage has been edited, or suggest the chair is being jerked around with strings. But maybe, just maybe, someone wasn't given the right prescription, and his ghost is seeking revenge. I, for one, hope he gets it. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!